I think the deception you need to understand is I was so innocent. And what's happened is I've just been put in a pit of monsters and with no lifeline, no understanding. I'm on the spectrum. I've only been around really lovely people in Korea and in my friendship group. If I didn't like somebody, I'd just walk off and leave it till there was space and healing so that we could talk about it rationally instead of fighting. In this case, I don't have space. They are right outside my door all the time, calling me rubbish, telling me that my ass is spent, telling me that my vagina pussy is all over the internet and I'm a ragdoll used for sex. Do you think that if you were alone, left alone, and all these people saying all this, it would start to torment you? The fact that do you know what? She just threatened me yesterday for trying to talk out. She was like, if you don't fucking shut up, I'll bite your dick off. Like, what kind of women are filming me nude and sexually? Have you seen anything? I'd love to know witnesses. I also want you to know government means governing our mental state. You just blindly following what the government says is a form of stupidity. I'm not trying to rule the world, but I'm trying to rule my own world, which these women seem to want to control me. That's why you're getting a very horrible side of Jenny. I don't like complete domination over every aspect of my life. I like to have freedom at work, to be joyful and banter with people. I like to have freedom to go out and space to go meet people at the park and talk to people. I am not a crazy woman in relationships. I am the opposite. I do not like to be around a man 24 hours a day. I need space. I want to miss my partner. I don't want to be around him 24 hours a day. I need to miss that person. I need time to be myself. You can't be yourself every day with somebody. I'm not in the 1960s. It is the year 2024. Right now I'm just focusing on myself. Nobody likes me in this country, and I'm trying to speak out against New Zealand in the true colours because it's corruption. I've got a text from some church lady that was helping me get a job, that my friends were persecuting me. So much of my evidence is stolen. I'm very upset about the iPhone because it actually shows me at Middlemore Hospital confronting the nurses about saying I got put in for psychotic delusional disorder. And I said, how is that fair? Because I just got pulled up from nowhere of all these police at the airport. It was not fair at all. I was just minding my own business. They just put me into the hospital and said I need a bed to stay and to not go to Australia, and if I know what's good for me, and the police put me into hospital and were saying I was psychotic. I really didn't do anything wrong. I just walked into the airport and was calling up the police anyway. The thing is 8 things you need to know why we're suing to stop surveillance and protect our human rights. Amnesty International has gone to court representing the ACLU because in a world under threat of constant, all-encompassing surveillance, our work is to protect human rights has become much harder. The US surveillance machine is thwarting Amnesty International USA ability to protect people from human rights violations, including governments, torture, kidnap, extrajudicially killing people for their non-violent protest, dissent, and activism. That's also on my phone that got erased. The guys in the community are telling me I'm a target because I'm being an activist, and they said go peacefully and it will stop. The thing is they've tainted my life and ruined my life and my identity, and even all the church people said I'm an outcast of society. So what kind of a future, if you think logically, once you've had your whole character burned to the ground, where am I meant to go now if I've already gone through a genocide and I'm not treated with kindness, and you've attached me to a personality that I'm not? I'm not a black woman. I'm not lower class. I was like upper middle class, and I worked for it, and it's like people of power have just stolen this from me, and I'm expected to just roll over and die. I'm dying, but I might as well die loud. So the thing is it's not fair that I've been tortured for 7 years during a journey of my face disfigurement, and that time my tissues have been like completely warped and rotted from the chemicals and poisoning. And in that time, they're definitely filming me illegally just to kind of prove a point that I'm not good looking, which I think is a real inhumane act of violence. It's like, I didn't ask to be ugly, you made me ugly. I was a really cute girl, very innocent and very much connected to Source and the angelic realm, and I'm being persecuted over that. 8 facts you need to know about amnesty. Why mass surveillance harms our ability to protect our rights. Amnesty bears witness to brutality, violence, and atrocities. We send researchers into conflict zones. We are on the ground in places throughout the world to collect evidence of human rights abuses. Except, I've also read Amnesty collects money and bribes from the prostitution realm, which I think is what's happened to me because I'm not accessing Amnesty to campaign for my genocide or ethnic cleansing or systemic racism. We ask people the horrors that they saw, whether they are witnesses to the survivors. These people, our sources, are often taking personal risks by talking to us. Our worst fear is that they're retaliating against us by police, intelligence forces, security forces who found out they spoke to us. It is for this reason we should take precautions to ensure the confidentiality of our communications and their identities. I don't have any privacy. I am not worthy of all this control. The control happened before I even whistle blew. I was being controlled out of my workplaces. I've been controlled on my telephones. I've been illegally, sadistically filmed sexually to frame me for sex crimes of marriages that were not true. They framed me, and I didn't get any compensation. Instead, they came after my workplace, and I didn't even do any whistleblowing. They were coming for me in Australia constantly, the cops. So why do I deserve all this? You know, like, it's not right that you know where my money's coming from, how much money I make. It's not right that you know what colour my vagina is. It's not right you know sexual videos of me. It's not right. I was a very, very decent woman that wanted to be a counsellor and healer. I don't want to be sexual. Like, it's honour killing, and the stories of the men that killed is, I'm just being really controlled, and I don't know why. I just want to be a free spirit. It's horrible. It's terrorism, it's assault, it's vandalism, and they're threatening people I know. My friends that did want to help me were repressed to death, all bribed, helped, given sex from men for bribes. The things I'm being killed about everything that I creatively do, and told that I'm too old for it. And it's like, well, I think it's time that we turn this around, and that I'm the source of the happiness of these people, and you've stolen a lot of my creative identity. You've stolen my work identity. I don't have to be professional in my own home. I can yell and scream and do whatever I like. I should be allowed to have a boundary between me and the state. When I go to work, I'm a different person. It doesn't mean I've got multiple personality. It means I have to control certain aspects of my personality, which shows discipline. Do you understand? I actually understand how to have etiquette. I don't have great hair. I've gone through trauma. My hair is the last thing. Looking good for the public eye is the last thing that I wanted. I didn't even want to be in the public eye. This proves gang stalking. It is not fair how I'm being treated. I don't want to be treated like this. I do not spend it's like they've erased 15 years of very hard work to open a consciousness of my heart to heal and help other people, and they've just erased it by battering me and caging me up and not letting me have asylum or safety, and then making me pay all this debt. and then actually destroying my real identity, like by constantly keeping me in a state of deprivation and shaming the way I look. And it's so, you know what, like, you are so easy to judge me while you're sitting in your room on your keyboard warriors, but imagine what it's like being terrorized by a bunch of billions of people watching me in my room while I'm trying to like self-soothe after loss of family with no real closure of why they got taught to bully me and hate me, or why I'm being, there's this dust that's always in my room that looks like I'm being poisoned. I'm always getting sick in January, why I look so young and now I look instantly aged again, why my organs are really sick, why I'm not allowed to just be a free spirit and go and create my own identity. I'm not allowed to. Every step of my journey they have been blocking. As in, they blew my life to the ground, made me hated in New Zealand years ago. And I got back up and I built again, and they burnt it down and they took all the people. Everywhere I go, they follow me and take the people. Today, I don't want to be taken off anymore. I am not a battery source for these people. I would like my life back. It is an abuse of power. It is abuse of my humanity. I wanted to be a mother. You have destroyed this. You have destroyed me in the public eye about this because you want to show people criminal behavior of your showing me my bank accounts. That's criminal. It's everything. And you've got people believing videos that I'm calling mental health, I'm going to kill myself. These are all, somebody's causing problems with identity theft and marking me in these hall of fames and shaming me as another form of identity theft. My past was loving and caring and kind. I'm the oldest child. I had to look after my sisters. Of course I was responsible young. I'm tired. I'm sick. I don't have anyone to look after. I think it's very irresponsible what the state's done to me. I think it's very irresponsible what the police have done to me, like taking me off my mother when I'm doing something in my life that was good. I think it's very irresponsible because you've actually fucked my whole life, my whole ecosystem of support, my whole freedom to go out and find support systems. And in that case, it was criminal of the anti-Semitism in Australia of the Hells Angels making me a smelly shitbag. I came here, after I got deported, it was all over the country that I was a smelly shitbag and that I was worth 20 cents. And I was kept on the streets, and I asked Information Centre in Blenheim, and they said that all these girls are saying I'm untrustworthy. And I said, for what? And she goes, look, I'm inclined to believe them because there's so many of them. And it's like, well, for me, I'm on the outside. I don't know what is making people think that I'm untrustworthy. And I just said, I don't know these women. Why am I being accused of all this stuff? What is it? And she wouldn't elaborate. She just said, everybody's saying that you're not to be trusted.